Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce to you Vaica. We are a telemedicine company that provides remote patient management. So our uniqueness is that we provide both remote patient management and medication adherence. And we believe that the combination of the two is a winning solution because um, you can't really have one without the other. There's a few solutions nowadays in the market that provide remote patient management. However, if you notice, the patients that need to be monitored, they're also the ones who are taking the medications the most. And that's why it makes sense to combine the two of them together. So what we offer is a three-part solution. We have medication monitoring that comes in different versions, depending on the type of medicine that you need to administer, whether it's liquids, solids, syringes, inhalers. For us, it doesn't really matter. Then we have a set of medication, vital sign monitoring devices that are connected to our system. And of course, all this information is collated on our secure servers. And this is just a very high level explanation of how it works. On the left, you can see the devices, whether it's the medication adherence or the RPM, which stands for remote patient management devices. They are connected through Bluetooth to a very small home hub, which is connected to our server. From the server, the information will be disseminated either to electronic medical records or to support um, people that will help if there is a problem. And of course, there's also an escalation path that if we discover there is a problem, we send this information directly to the physician. What is missing in this diagram is an app. As you can see, we don't believe that our clientele, which is primarily the elders, really want to play with their iPhone just to check whether their blood pressure is working. This whole system is extremely seamless. It's a plug and play. They get a box, they plug it in, everything works. There's no need for wireless, no need for anything because it's all built-in SIM card, built-in Bluetooth. Everything works just the minute you open the box. So we offer different variations of that box depending of the popular indications that you can see here. That's an example. If the patient suffers from, we'll pick one of them, diabetics, then he's going to get a glucometer and maybe a weight scale. If it's a COPD, then we're going to change the monitor devices and they're going to get a spirometer, maybe an inhaler that is monitoring and things like that. We're not limited to those because basically we can connect to any monitoring device depending on the need. It can either go from a very high end, like infusion pumps, which you see on the left, home infusion pumps, all the way to very simple devices like weight scale. We are, for example, doing one test now with a hemophilia company to look at coagulometers. We're looking, of course, at the major like diabetics and blood pressure. The key is that we are very flexible to include whatever device we want based on the indications. So basically, I just wanted to give you one example of how we work with hospitals. We are providing now a solution for hospitals that need transition care. And this is where our solution works well, and we'll talk about that. Of course, we're not limiting it to one solution. We're targeting whether it can be all the way from pharmaceuticals developing drugs that need remote monitoring for clinical drug. We work with home care and senior citizen facilities where medication adherence is key. We work with pharmacies that provide bulk medication. The key is that the same solution applies for all of them. As I mentioned, just as an example, if you want to look at the transitional care, what happens is a patient is in the hospital, he's surrounded by multiple doctors, nurses, technicians, multiple monitors. They make sure that the patient is well-being, even post a procedure. Most of the reason why patients stay in the hospital is just to make sure that they take their medication and that their vitals are steady. Now, that's not needed because what we can do is once we send the patient home, if we give them an entire kit that will include both adherence and monitoring, and again, you got to have both of them, then we can save a lot of bedtime in the hospitals. And also, we're going to save a lot of readmissions back because the patient did not adhere to the regimen. So that's one example of how we work. So the benefits, I think, are very obvious. I'm not going to spend time on that. We are providing better service for less price, and I think the patient and the physicians will benefit from that. Just an example who we're looking to work with. We're looking for any organization that is seeking more medication adherence. We're looking for hospitals who would like to be more efficient on their discharge with transitional care solutions. And we're looking for pharmas or CROs that are interested to move into virtual clinical trials. On a high level, basically what we're looking is to partner with anyone that is interested in getting into telemedicine uh, and would like somebody to provide them an entire plug and play solution. Thank you very much.